So I don't know if you can hear it, but it is raining like crazy, and the art show's in like 3 minutes.
Last month on Art Show Secrets. Y'all, it's April.
And we're gonna be talking about
The banners for all the different sections of the shows,
our art club stations and how we run those.
we have to figure out how we're gonna hang everything. It's crunch time, so there's never a dull moment here. Hey y'all, I'm Jen Russell and I'm a high school art teacher in North Texas.
Welcome to Art Show Secrets, where you can see behind the scenes
What it's really like to put on an awesome art show from start to finish.
Be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on what we do to make our art shows amazing.
It is May.
I'm all smiles.
That sounds wild to say, and it's Art Show Month.
This month, we are all about hanging the show, working with volunteers.
And we're doing the show. We're doing it. We're doing the show. Here it goes.
Come on. All right, friends, we are in the Blackl Gallery. There is a weaving for each and every class that made them during art class, and I honestly think it's my favorite blacklight installation that I've ever done. It's just very immersive, and you're kind of like part of it. It's super fun. But I actually this year borrowed some really nice blacklights from my gym teacher. I literally just have them plugged in and hanging on the ground, and I think it looks awesome. Right here is our collaborative weaving, so people that come to the art show can also weave and add to one, just to help kind of make a component that's a little bit more interactive. The last thing I found myself doing was just laying on the ground and looking at the ceiling, and it is so satisfying. But also, this is exhausted art teacher mode. Okay, update time. It is exactly a week away from the art show, and I had my volunteer come in and organize all of that extra art show projects so that we can kind of display those or mix them up a little bit more easily. This section back here is looking so much more organized. I did a little extra mounting on some of the projects. Sometimes when I have students work on paper that is the exact same size as what I would want to mount it on, I'll actually trim off a 1/2 inch around the outside. Kind of crispies up that edge and gives the illusion of when you paint with tape or have something that has a really crispy edge. Then you are left with a bunch of beautiful little scraps that you can use for paper weaving or collage. I also have these few stacks of projects that I'm going to mount, and then I just wrote how many of each I have, so I can grab some background paper and cut it to size, and that way I can have my stacks in the art room so I can be mounting these during class. So that is one little trick so that you can work on it a little bit when you need busy hands.
I'm not at my desk where I normally do my confessionals. I mean, we could go back if you really wanted to, but since I'm already filming and then I got this email and then I like looked at it on my standing desk, here's where we're at. My day got moved. So there was a little bit of a snafu with this massive calendar that we have. So I originally reserved the original date, which is the 17th of May. And then I moved it because there was a lot of things happening on the 17th. However, the things that were happening on the 17th of May got moved to my new date. So now I can't have that date, which is 6th or 7th. What is happening? So we're moving back to the 17th. However, the afternoon is not available. So we're gonna have to do this entire show during the day. It wouldn't be me, and I've been telling y'all this all year, I feel, it wouldn't be me if I couldn't pivot like this. This is nothing new for me, so we're gonna move. It's gonna be a whole day thing, and we're gonna leave the art there, and we're gonna invite all of campus. And I'm gonna say, hey, it's the end of the year, and I know that y'all are kind of sort of done and your kids are just sitting there. Bring them down to the library and come see some art that their peers have made. If this has happened to you, or if you're nervous that maybe you can't pull this off or can't pull an after school show off, try during the day and invite your entire campus to come. Your teachers will thank you because a lot of the times our students don't get to see that. That's what we're gonna do. New plan in May. I know.
Fun fact, my first few years teaching, I used to sit at the scavenger hunt table and like beg people to do the scavenger hunt. I couldn't go around and enjoy people enjoying the show. So let's talk art club jobs. The jobs aren't super complicated. They are really just to give those kids kind of autonomy over the show. I have currently printed each of the jobs for what we need to do for the actual art show. So up first, we have the scavenger hunt. This is my little trick to get all of my students and families to go visit each of the exhibits. So there's a question for each grade level. So this is an example of the scavenger hunt and is actually on the back of the checklist for our art show. That way people know everything that they can see for the show and then participate in the scavenger hunt if they would like. The art club kids for the scavenger hunt are going to give out the candy, give out the little buttons that I've designed as part of the scavenger hunt reward. I'm gonna make some little keys for them so that my art club buddies will know how to help grade those scavenger hunts. Okay, up next we have our marketplace helpers. So in the cafeteria, we set up a little mini marketplace. There's lots of parents and guardians here at school, and it gives them a little bit of insight into the community businesses. So the marketplace helpers, the expectation for art club is for them to help friends set up, help get what people need. We have the welcomers and the program hand out art club buddies. They're opening doors for visitors, they're smiling at friends, they're handing out those programs. We also have the black light bouncers, which help to check people in at the door, make sure that it's not getting super busy, making sure that friends are respecting the things in the Blackl Gallery, and then just welcoming them into that space. The food trucks out front involve a little bit more traffic of people. So the art club kiddos that are in charge of that are gonna help with a little bit of sidewalk chalk, encouraging people along the way. We are going to have goats and ducks. The animal helpers just helps people to go check out our little mini petting zoo. So we also have a job that I just call the tech experts or the photographers, where kids can go take pictures. They can make sure that the tech is running properly. Having an art making activity or something to showcase your room is a really awesome thing. So this year we are going to do some yarn bombing and some recycled weaving. So my art club kiddos are going to have some time in here to help make sure it stays clean and organized. Okay, so this is what the table looks like. Basically, it just has the job, it has their description in it, and then anything that they would possibly need for it. I'm just gonna have them quick read what they need to do to set up, how they're gonna prepare during the show, and then what to do after. Now, this is the scavenger hunt. So this one is like a big situation. So this is how we're set up. And just in case you were wondering, I do need to spray my fabric so that it is fire safe. So I'm just spraying all of these outside and kind of like letting them dry and moving them to the other side. So that is the last step before they get hung.
Okay, second update that since my date got moved for the art show, it's a lot closer to the end of school and we have to pack up because our rooms are getting refreshed and cleaned and then re-waxed and some new furniture is coming. So my entire life is now here. Yep.
It is today, the Monday of art show week. Just so you know, this is literally how I'm walking through the back room of my storage room because it's like to the brim. And I gave myself permission to do choice day with the students. So I just have a literal buffet of art supplies the kids can play with. They can work together as a group and they love choice day. That is what's going on in the art room this week before the art show goes up. Okay, friends, I've got about a dozen parent volunteers and staff volunteers coming to help set up the art show tonight. So this is what it currently looks like. We kind of are ready for volunteers to just scoop up a stack. I direct them to where they need to go and then I let them on their way. Now there is a little bit of a relinquishing of control, meaning that I'm just happy that it's going up. So if it's not exactly like I would put it up, that's totally fine because that means that I don't need to do it all. These are like the grade level piles. So this year we added those flowers that are kind of gonna help to differentiate each color so that as students go around the art walk, they'll kind of like follow the rainbow order. So I'm gonna again instruct them to try to kind of add some variety because right now they're all by project, kind of randomize it. This table is all of the extra pieces that students have selected to be displayed. And then if they happen to select it for their art show, that'll be with their classroom project. I'm gonna be giving a huge stack to my volunteers for them to put up as well. And I'll be sort of delegating where that goes as we see those open spaces come to light. There's so much in addition to like our chosen classroom projects. So to say that seeing my counters clean is my favorite part about the art show is probably an exaggeration, but like, whew, that feels good knowing all of this stuff is about to go up in the hallways and I have my counters back. And of course, the most important thing for hanging artwork, staplers and staples. So in about 45 minutes, I'm gonna have a handful of volunteers here ready to help.
It is approximately 97 degrees with 300% humidity today, and it is clean out day and put up day and all of the days. So hopefully we can get this thing done. Beginnings of our 3D sculpture installation. Careful. Oh. It looks so good. This is gonna look so great. So this is in our hallway, and then the library is not super far, so people can walk through here. The sculptural recycled found materials installation. Got stuff happening up here, and then all of this. So this is just day one of us setting up our campus art show. So this is just what AP was able to do today.
I also wanted to share, I do lunch duty, and that is not a fun task. I have felt a little bit like an art clown, which is kind of fun. So I'll put these little strips in my apron that I have down in the cafeteria, and then I whip out a little piece of paper and I fold together a little origami puffy star and give it to my kids that are sitting nicely. Try to find the joy in the things that are not the fun tasks that you have to do has been very helpful. Good morning. The art show is tomorrow, and I literally just rewrote my list to include up tasks, so things that I have to do that are standing. It kind of helps me to organize, like, okay, do I want to sit for a second, and what can I do that's sitting? Do I want to work on something like signage and get all of those things created, or do I want to do something where I'm just kind of bopping around like a bee? Okay, friends, it's like 5 o'clock. Things are up, feeling good. Gonna go home, get a good night's sleep, fingers crossed, and have a nice dinner. And I will see you tomorrow for the big day.
I'm at school extra early. Today is art show day. I got shipping notification for my display boards today. So that'll happen for next year, which I'm really excited about. I'm typing an email to whole staff inviting them to walk through the show today, just kind of VIP. So before we open it up to the public. It's always just nice for our teachers to be able to do that, and they're always just so supportive and so in awe of what our students can do. So I'm just really excited and slightly nervous, but it's happening. So here we go. It looks so good. I love your little corner. Thank you. Stop. Ma'am. Oh my gosh. Stop.
It's art show day. Yay! I always like to have the art room looking as clean as possible on art show day. And so I'm gonna do a little zhuzhing to make sure that the art room looks as pristine as it possibly can. It is raining like crazy, and the art show's in like 3 minutes. Let's see if my hair ends up more frizzy than this. Okay, much better. We are ready to rock.
Woo! Oh, yes. Hi, 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 hi! Duck friend. Little duck friend.
But if they chomp me, then that's kind of on me.
Oh, yes.
You know what? I love it.
Yeah. Amazing.
Nice. We did it. The art show is done. The back room is a disaster, and we're gonna deal with this tomorrow. This is a future Sarah problem, but it happened and it was awesome.
Okay, so we're nearing the end here. So we're on the cleanup. So what I do is I set up everything, I lay out all their artwork and just kind of stack it by category. And then I'm just like, okay, pick up your stuff. Let's go and clean up your shelves and do all the things. So that's kind of like the last year-end procedure. This is what's left, and I'm going to now claim it as mine. I know as art educators, we're all hoarders. So they're all gonna go in the sample box. So I just get a couple of samples for next year.
Y'all, that after art show feeling is unmatched. To kind of wrap up our art show, we do a few things to close out our year. So we do celebrate the art show for about a week after. So we go through the scavenger hunt, we celebrate our art show, we really look through the Blackl Gallery, and we kind of end together so that we can actually celebrate the work that's been up for a week. Then we send home portfolios, and everything is out the door. And we're really trying to close out the year strong since the art show is so close to the last week of school.
This sounds wild to say, but that wraps up the month of May and my entire school year.
It truly is a year-long project made with love to celebrate our students.
Did you put on an art show? Tell us in the comments below, how did it go? Are you planning on doing that? And what are some strategies that you took away from this?
Keep some of those tips and tricks in your pocket, but remember, you can start small, you can go big, whatever makes sense for you, as long as you have that joy in mind and utilizing your students to make your art show the most amazing you possibly can.
Make sure that you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on so that you don't miss the next mini series.
And remember, have fun.